So, guys, I wanted to talk about the Jew hate and how much of a big business it is. So, this is an example of somebody who has really benefited from this. When Carrie, before she had her big outburst on that religious panel, she had about 10,000 followers. Right now, she has 91,000 followers. So, this is almost a 9x, 10x from where she was. Why is that? What happens is that there's about 1.5 to 2 billion Muslims in the world, many of which either live in Western Europe or the Middle East, Turkey, Qatar. There's over 20 Arab countries, there's over 56 Muslim countries. And what's happened is that because of the premiums that are being paid out by these social media sites, it's very easy to increase your engagement by just becoming a Jew hater. If you try and, if Carrie tried to become a streamer or a podcast, look, the chances that her podcast would really go anywhere is almost zero. It's not that easy. But if you look at all the people that have become very popular, the retarded Jake Shields, the Uber driver Ian Carroll, this failed pageant woman, Carrie, the psychopathic Candace Owens. Why do you think they're so popular? Think about that for a second. Are they saying anything brilliant? Are they talking about anything intellectual? Are you really learning anything from them? No, it's basically a bunch of conspiracy theories, bunch of Jew hate. Now, why is this important? Because she goes from essentially being a nobody to now a large platform where all the woke right, the neo Nazis, the Antifa, the Muslims, they all converge into giving her an engagement, giving her a platform. And she goes from being essentially a failed pageant to a mini Candace Owens. And the problem with that is that it comes at a cost because they don't care, these demons don't care that they're putting innocent peoples in the crosshairs of these fanatics. All they care about is spreading the Jew hate so they can get the engagements. Now, by the way, besides the engagements, they also start getting checks from these very rich, wealthy Arab states, specifically Qatar. When you see this whole phenomenon of these Candace Owens, the Carries, the Jake Shields, this is not by accident. You think suddenly they all became an expert in the Middle East? They all suddenly became an expert on Israel? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe Carrie's an expert? No, it's because they went to her and said, hey, bitch, we'll give you money, we'll increase your platform, and all you have to do is just become a Jew hater. And of course, the Christians, the ones that you see, like her, do it out of Christian love. All we're trying to do is just get the Jews to convert. That's all we're doing. But the truth of the matter is much more sinister. It's all about money. The problem is that it's creating a hatred reminiscent of the 1930s. So when you see somebody like Carrie being supported by Islamic Brotherhood, being um, reposted by all the neo-Nazi websites, the conspiratorial websites, engagement bots. There's a concerted effort to do this, and she's smart enough to know that the easiest ride to the top to become another Candace Owens is to just hate Jews.